Yep, okay, right now. Hello, people. How are we all doing? Let's just quickly refresh. And let's just see if SCM's going to update, because now we're going to properly discuss all of the skins so far this week. Hello chat, how are you all doing? I'm currently doing a prediction if you want to talk about that. Get ready for that. Oh, okay, so here we are. It's updated, but not perfectly, and not too surprising to see the Black Gold Kilt is currently the best-selling skin out of all of Tier 2. All of Tier 2 is currently the best-selling skins out of everything this week. Not too much of a surprise. But the main thing that we had to be concerned about, what is that thing? We need to make sure how well the sales of these are comparing to the rest of the core pieces, the chest plate, the face mask, the hoodie, the pants. Now, let's just quickly go over to here. Sorry for everybody that doesn't like the white light of Google. I know loads of people like to complain about, oh, I've been blinded. But black gold. Oh no, we don't want to do a description. What am I doing? Black gold. How are they all doing currently? Because, of course, we've seen many price increases. We've been seeing many people jumping in and getting all the stock. We've been seeing the prices kind of go up and then not go up because there's far too many on the market. Right now, there's only 74 black gold face masks on the market. They are now selling at $3.29. In the past 24 hours, they have... Oh, blimey, look at that! Look at that! 232 sales. It went up. It stagnated for a bit, went down a bit, then it went back up. As I mentioned on Thursday, I would expect that many people that would be playing over the weekend would probably jump in and buy some more. Now, there is another problem that I should quickly point out to you. I have a video discussing it on my YouTube. That is the problems we've been having with the Steam market recently. You might notice that when you look at a random Steam page for a specific skin and whatnot, it won't show anything. That's affecting everybody. It might be due to the recent Steam mobile updates and whatnot. Maybe, we're not 100% sure. Valve themselves hasn't pointed out anything, but the drop in sales that we saw there is most likely that whole time period there is when the Steam market wasn't working properly. So this probably would have flourished a whole lot more if the market was working properly. So now we've got the black gold chest plate right here, 210 on the market, as we can see, currently selling for $2.45. Hedge, have you sold any of your black gold? Yes, I have. I sold a decent portion because I was buying tons of extra stock just before this got released, the Tier 2, because I really did think that we would have Black Gold Tier 2 appearing just before Halloween. Lo and behold, I was correct, and, well, if I could just quickly show you, I've been selling some today. I'm not sure... Oh, no, not that bit. Sorry about that. Not this account. What account am I selling it on? Is it this one? No. It's probably on this other account that is to the side here. Let me just grab this. I'll bring that over to here. And here we are. Just to show you. Sorry about this. It's very, very awkward. But yes, I've been selling my black gold chest plates and face masks because I don't think they're going to hold their value. And that's the thing that I wanted to roll into. So back to here. Back to the discussion. Black gold chest plate now at $2.45, but there is big signs of resistance, a big fat 73 quantity stack right there. And then we'll look at the black gold hoodie. Black gold hoodie did go up in price, but it didn't go up by that much. Loads of resistance here. The wave got stopped by all these people throwing up too much quantity on the market. So, yes, it did go up, but it didn't go up by much. Oh, boing, and then not much. So, guys, as I've mentioned, so 300 have sold, but they're not going up by that much. As I've mentioned earlier during the Saturday skin showcase, all skins are expected to start going down in price. A lot of people started moaning and crying and saying, oh, it's looking bad. Oh, no, what's happening? Is Rust doomed? No, it's not doomed. This is just routine. This happens every year. This is regular. This is normal. When we see the CSGO major coming out in 2 weeks' time, it's going to get worse. This is why I'm selling my black gold skins now. This is why you've just seen me selling my tier 3, and I will sell more, because I fully expect this price not going to last. We saw the sudden interest in it. Yes, it's now a complete set. Yes, people are likely going to be buying it as a cheaper option in comparison to Blackout. But the people aren't going to be playing as much as they will in December. and January. And that's usually when the prices sell at their best. I expect during November, these black gold skins, even though they're selling very nicely at the moment, they're very likely going to go down in price. And we've been in this position before, in a very similar position. Do you remember back in late April? What did we see come out? Dragon Rage Tier 2. And what happened to the Dragon Rage kilt during May, during June, during July, when we saw the CSGO Major come out and the Summer Sale come out? Well, let's go take a look. So, right now, Dragon Rage kilt, $369 on the market, currently selling for around $1.89, even though it's sold for $2.49. And there we go. So, what did we see happen here? Well, actually, we should go from the very beginning to about here. So, it came out and it went down because far too many got bought, and it went down, 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 down because the CSGO Major was getting so much attention that people would rather sell their Rust skins, put it towards new CSGO content because they considered it a better investment. And then prices started to get a bit better when the CSGO Major finished, but then they went back down again because people were selling their skins to get money for the cheap games for the summer sale. So, Steam Summer Sale happened, games got very cheap, people sold their skins, they got their money, and when all of that was out of the way, skins went back to normal around August time. The prices normalised, but specifically the Dragon Rage kilt went up in price a decent amount because black gold appeared and people needed a kilt for a long time because we haven't seen black gold tier 2 for a very long time, have we? So it's lost a bit of its demand recently because of that. But from what you saw, during May time, it just went down. It went up a little bit afterwards, but then it went down again because of the summer sale. So what do we have lined up for the next few weeks? Well, as I said, on October 31st, CSGO Rio Major will be happening. And of course, exactly as I just said, people will sell their Rust skins. They will sell their Rust skins, they will get the money, and they'll throw it at CSGO. That's depending if the new stickers are in demand. If they're not super in demand, we probably won't see that as much. But this is something that you have to be prepared for. And then what do we have near to the beginning? No, what do we normally see during the close to the end of December? We see the winter sale, the Christmas sale on Steam. So people are going to sell their skins again to get money to then throw onto Steam to get the cheap games. That's to be expected as well. So, I normally see the pattern of people sell their skins around the 10th of December. Between the 10th of December to the second week, you'd see a whole bunch of skin prices go down. And then, towards the end of December, after Christmas, post-Christmas, into the second week of January, we see skin prices go up. Everything's great. You can sell your skins for the best prices you've ever seen. That is the optimal time to sell them for the best profits. Post-Christmas, December 26th to about January 15th. I'll be here. We will be discussing it. I'll go over it many, 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 many times. So, Black Gold Tier 2, very nice to see. It's had a positive impact for the Black Gold collection, but this as an investment, not the best. It's not the best thing to put your money towards. Why? Because what else is there to make that go up in price? Dragon Rage was exactly the same. The Tier 2 came out, but after that there was no other core pieces to come out. And with that, it went down easily in price. There's nothing to really give it a boost. Now, the kilt did go up in value for the Dragon Rage because people were using it to fill in for the Black Gold setup. But ever since now we've just got this, it's kind of lost its value, lost a bit of value. People still do use Dragon Rage collection, but yeah, you get the idea. It was there to fill a gap. It had an increase of demand for a short while. But there's nothing that's going to bring this up. The amount of sales that we have so far, now SCMM isn't super up to date at the moment, so you have to double check and see how many current subscribers there are, and then just make a nice comparison of that with the estimated sales, and you get a more clear idea. It looks like after about 48 hours we've got 15,000 sales. Now that's not ridiculous, but it's definitely looking like the kilt might be oversaturated in comparison to the Tier 3 and the clothing. Now the clothing has the most sales. Hoodie has almost 26,000 sales. Pants has just over 24,000 sales. That's what SCMM can track. There might be a whole bunch more on private accounts and whatnot. People are probably waiting in the super long term to then flog them at much higher prices. If we surpass 26,000 sales, that kilt is not going to be looking very pretty, and that vest and that helmet really ain't going to look very pretty, because remember, people don't care too much for the vest and the helmet. These are strange. When they get very, very, very low sales, they can actually turn around and become one of the most valuable pieces of the collection. Because when it becomes a very in-demand collection, people do actually want the vest and the helmet then, and because they had much lower sales, they become well, there's less of them in circulation and they have more higher price. Makes sense? If you need a good example of that, take a look at Forest Raiders. Even Blackout. Blackout's another good one, but I'll just quickly show you. So if we search by price, you can see this for yourself in your own currencies. The most expensive is the kilt, but then vest and helmet are higher price in comparison to the clothing and the tier 3. There you go. And then if we did Blackout, here you go. It's silly, but it's just what it is. And yeah, pants, yeah, so that's about $22. This is about $16, $17. I'm not seeing the vest. I'm seeing the helmet, but I guess the vest just is... Wait, armor, clothing... Oh no, there it is, vest. Oh, it was so well camouflaged, I didn't see it. Vest and helmet are fairly high up and doing much better than the likes of the tier 3. So that's still expensive. That's selling for around $15, $16. And the helmet's selling for around $12 to $13. Yeah, but it didn't sell that much in comparison to the rest of it. So therefore its price went up fairly nicely. So yeah, this is very likely going to be going below its restore price. 100%. Especially with all the bad potential things coming up. The CSGO Major, the potential CSGO operation, we don't know if we're going to see one because it's either going to be Source 2 or a CSGO operation this year. We don't know. Would Valve rather just put out the actual Source 2 rather than investing into making a operation? Chances are they just want to invest into making Source 2 a thing, releasing it, and from there on that. But yeah, it's looking like there's a good chance we might not see an operation. That could happen. We might see the Source 2 announcement at this next Rio Major. We don't know, but we'll find out soon. So, CSGO Major, new stickers, that's going to cause problems. New CSGO operation, new skins, that's going to cause problems. Winter, Steam, Christmas sale, that's going to cause problems because of cheap games. This that you see here, it's going to go below its restore price. We are going to probably want to prefer doing buy orders rather than making purchases. But remember, gentlemen, this is abnormal, this is abnormal, this is abnormal. We can do our buy orders on the Wednesday night, Thursday morning, depending where you are in the world, and then we can make the decision on the Thursday. Does it have the support to keep its price up? Is it a good idea to do your purchase then? That's what I always keep telling you. That's what I'll suggest to do. Right, now we've got Apostate hoodie and pants, and I discussed this during the Saturday Skin Showcase just a little bit earlier. We have sort of confirmation from Eduardo, right here, the creator of the skins. Congrats, making a full kit. Thanks. Yes, there is an idea. We will try it. That's all you need. That's all you need, chat. That's all we need. So, we know that there's a very good chance we will be seeing Apostate Tier 2 or Tier 3 at some point in the near future, but we definitely know it's not going to happen over the course of the next 2 weeks. Why? Well, Halloween! This is happening. We've discussed this as well. For the next 2 weeks, we are going to have Halloween-only skins. This is a certain thing. Well, it should be a certain thing. So we're not going to see any regular skins until November. And remember what I've said in regards to investor impatience. We've seen this with Skullkiller. We've seen this recently with Pixel. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see it with hoodie and pants. People will buy into this. And after 2 weeks of not seeing any more Apostate armor appearing, they'll just give up and throw it onto the Steam market and walk away. Yet they don't understand the full context of what's going on. We're not going to see it because we're having Halloween only skins. So in about 2 or 3 weeks time, that's when we'll probably see Apostate Tier 2 and Tier 3 on the workshop, and that's when we start anticipating its arrival. That's when you'll probably see a whole bunch more people buying into them from the Steam market and whatnot. We don't know anything until we actually see it on the workshop. It's a 99-cent skin. Hoodie has sold just over 11,000. Pants are just behind. Again, double check on the workshop. Correlate what you see here and compare it to what the estimated sales are. So that seems to be all right. How far will it go? It might go up to 20,000. It might go up to 20,000. That's not ridiculous, but at 99 cents, that also doesn't surprise me because that's cheap. So, guys, it has a bright future ahead of it. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see the armor being, if we do see it eventually and it does get accepted. I don't know what it looks like because we haven't seen it yet. But yeah, we only have JPEG, Pixel, and Apostate Clothing and armor skins to anticipate. That's all we have at the moment. So yeah, it's in a good position. It's probably going to be a good purchase. It's not abnormal. It's not abnormal. So if you want to buy a few of them, a decent amount, that's fine. I do expect it to flourish as time goes on, but I do expect it to go below its rust ore price by quite a bit over the course of the next 2 weeks. That is something I fully expect to happen, especially with the beginning of the CSGO Major starting just as the November rust ore rotations happen. So yeah, just point that out. So these look like they have a nice potential, but you've got to be aware of other people. You've got to be aware of other people buying into this. Makes sense. Okay. Quarantine SAR skins haven't been doing the very best recently, as I will show you. We've had quite a decent amount of them fairly recently. So, Iron Wolf SAR down 35%, JPEG SAR down 42%, Nightwatch SAR down 34%, Blackout SAR, probably one of the best skins that you could get for a SAR, down 22%. Bullseye SAR, down 22%. Gentlemen, it's not looking pretty. It's looking like a bit of a problem, isn't it? It's looking like a bit of a problem. I'll discuss that in a minute, gentlemen. I see we're getting questions. Chat, I see we're getting questions. I'll discuss that in a minute. So, guys, remember, you should always just quickly double check and see how many listings there are on the Steam market. So there's only 73 of these in the market. And then when you make a comparison, how far does it take to go from these quantities all the way up to about $2, the price it's sold for on a rust ore? Well, that's quite a lot. A significant chunk is below its rust ore price, so it's got a long ways to go back up above its rust ore price. That's not looking too good. This has 173 in the market. The amount that are below its rust ore price of $2.99 is, again, quite a lot. So that's got a long way of going. So yeah, always just double check, see how many are on the market, and then make a better assessment. You can see how likely it is going to flourish when times are good. This only has 33. So that's probably a decent candidate where if this has hardly any quantity in the market for a long time, it's going to be super easy for it to become profitable. These are just a few people here that have sold them at a much cheaper price. So when those listings disappear, suddenly it appears to be a whole lot more profitable. Now the Quarantine Collection isn't exactly something that people are striving for, going crazy for. I'm just being honest. It's what I see here. It doesn't have any armor or anything. That SAR doesn't look like it's going to hold its value. So even though it's got like not too many sales, guys, with the bad times expected, it's not looking pretty. I don't expect it to do well. Constellations Armored Door. So Cavency, you probably know him as the guy that made the Outer Planets collection. As you can see, it started off quite nicely and it ended up with all of these deployables. Very profitable investments. That's selling for $8. Up 164%, down 22%, up 148%, up 214%, up 125%. It's done very well. It started off with a double sheet metal door. Now, what do we see over here? Oh, Constellations collection. Oh, started off with a double sheet metal door. Ooh. So it might be a case of history's repeating itself. We might see a whole bunch of interesting Constellation deployable skins in the future. I'm pretty sure Cavency is going to probably follow that routine. So we've got 2 skins so far. And let me just point out, earlier this year, we saw another armored door skin come out that seems to be reasonably holding its value. It is below its rust ore price, but it's over here, the Outer Planets armored door. So I would sit here and say the best thing to compare this to would be this one. So I'll take a look. How many on the Steam market? 115, so it has around the average amount. The average amount for a rust skin I would expect to be around 100. Has just a little bit more, that's fine. How far off is it for its rust ore price? It's sold for $2.99, so yeah, you know, it's just about 15 to 20, so that's not too bad for 150. So yeah, It doesn't look too bad. The buy order support goes all the way up to about $2.20. Not the best, but it's there. Guys, that looks like it's going to be perfectly fine when when times are good. Now, if you were to specifically search for it, so if I did this, there's something that you can do. Something that you can do to get a good idea of what it sold like when times were good. When you go to the specific week that it came out and you click it like this, you can look to the left, keep an eye on this, look to the left, and SCM will actually tell you its all-time high, the highest it ever sold for. This Outer Planets single armored door at one point sold for around $4. A $2.99 skin sold for $3.97. It had a nice high point early this year during the good times, and I wouldn't be surprised if we go up to $4 again during the good times, post-Christmas time. That's to my expectation. And as I said, I would expect this to perform not exactly, but very closely to how this performed. If that's looking like it's going to do very well when times are good, and I've seen it already happen, I expect the same for this. People like the visuals. It looks nice, bright and sparkly. I think it'll do well. So, in the long term, how's it going to look? Probably good. In the short term, most likely bad. Below its rust door price, 100%. It's not looking like it's going to hold that value. So, guys, I hope that's a nice sort of visual there, and I hope you've just learned something with CMM. Hello, people. Hello. I see you're commenting. Don't worry. We'll be doing a giveaway in a bit. Last but not least, the Skullkiller Roadsign gloves. Now, I expected this to be like the secret investment. What do you mean, Hedge? What are you talking about? Well, Roadsign gloves tend to be pretty decent investments. They tend to hold their value not very nicely, as you can see instantly. A lot of those are in the positive, aren't they? So, let's just count all of them. So, how many of these exist? So, we've got 6, 12, 18, 24. 24 Roadsign gloves. How many of them are in the negative? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 33% of them are below their rust door price. But are there reasons why they're below their rust door price? Well, I know that was oversaturated with the amount of sales it had. I know this is part of an incomplete set. I know that's oversaturated. That is just struggling at the moment. People just aren't super keen with bombshell roadside gloves. There's a lot of context that you can easily build up from all of these. So, when I look at all of these recent ones, that's from a complete collection. That's from a complete collection. That isn't, but it's being manipulated. That's from a complete collection. Complete collection, I refer to all the core pieces are there and accepted in the game. So, guys, the vast majority of these Roadsign gloves are looking pretty good. Now, let's just go over to see something like Azul gloves. Yeah, Azul gloves. It's blue. So I want to look at it in its store. I want to go back to when it came out. I want to click it. I want to see its all-time high. How well did it do when times were good? So I click this. It will show me all the necessary information I seek. Please show me. Scroll down. During its all-time high, it was selling for around $4 a month ago. Well, there you go. When times were better, it sold at a much higher price. And at its all-time low, it was only selling for around 50 cents almost a year ago. Well, there you go. It was doing pretty bad last year as well. And now it's doing very good. That's all I need to know. So yeah, probably the very best thing to compare to is maybe the Azul Roadsign gloves. A 99-cent skin as well. It went up to $4 at one point. 99-cent skin. Wait, how many did it sell? 12,700. At the moment, we're at 7,700. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up at a very similar number for a skin that looks reasonably the same blue. Nah, but I mean, they're blue gloves. That's a bit of a stretch, but yeah, blue gloves. We might see similar sales, sold for the same price, part of a complete collection. That's given me decent hope. That looking like a decent investment then, in my eyes. I hope that makes sense to all of you. Out of everything here, the thing I feel most confident in to put my money towards is the Roadsign gloves. And they're the least bought thing. So, It's just the way it is. Just by building up the context, understanding many different things, you can understand and realise what's working out quite nicely. Because a lot of people would think, oh, surely black gold, yeah. But I've given you the great answer in that there's nothing there. There's nothing that's going to cause it to spike up in demand or price. The only reason I could expect this gradually increasing in demand is because it's budget blackout. And we probably won't notice that taking into effect until post-Christmas time. With this, we can't really expect anything until we do see apostate armor pieces and whatnot. So we need to keep an eye on the workshop. So yeah, I'm not confident in actually buying these, but I will do a buy order. It's abnormal. I'm not confident in these because I expect plenty of people to start dumping their stock on the Steam market. I'm not confident with the SAR. I am not confident in regards to, I do expect it to go below its Rust Door price, but I am very confident in the long term this Armored Door would do very nicely. And I am very confident in the long term this would do very nicely. So, long term, pretty much everything here I expect to do very nicely. But in the short term, skin prices not looking good. They're going to go below their Rust Door price. Except the gloves, maybe. I think the gloves will retain their price, at the very least. But everything else here I expect to go below its Rust Door price. Does that sound good? Urban says, so buy gloves or just do a strong buy order. You could do both. You could purchase them on Thursday, because they're not abnormal. You have to buy them. So on the Thursday, you could buy maybe 50 of them, and then over the course of the next 2 days, see what the demand looks like for it. If it has very high demand, very high buy orders on it, that's looking good. That looks like something that's going to actually retain its value and become a very nice profit in the future. Then you keep your purchase. If it looks like it's going to suffer, if it looks like it doesn't have the support, you can just refund it. Simple. So, got that covered. I hope that makes sense. Yep, alright, so let's just quickly go through the past weeks and then we'll get ready for the giveaway. Chat, do you have any questions? Now is the time to talk about questions. So, Clown said, what should I buy on a new major? So, the best thing to do is wait maybe a week or so into the CSGO major, then we'll discuss what we should buy. But the best thing I can sit here and say to start putting your money towards, so if you got money now, wait a while. You want to start considering buying into Christmas related things, festive stuff, cold related things, and winter related things. Those are the skins that will be rising up in price when we hit December time. I've seen this trend happen before. I've done an hour and a half long video discussing this. Rust Economy 101, long-term investing, Christmas momentum. So give that a watch. I'll have to link that on the YouTube. But yeah, we will want to start being smart with our money, and I will discuss that as we get closer to it. So yeah, things aren't looking super great for this. Yeah, the military double-barrel shotgun is quite high up in price. Is it actually going to hold? Is this being manipulated? I don't think it's going to hold. The support only goes up to $1.20. Has someone bought out a massive chunk of the stock? No, it just doesn't have that much available, I guess. Give it time, it'll probably end up going below its Rust Door price. And then when we go to September 29, yep, Blackout Poncho is struggling, sort of. It's there, it's got 200 quantity. It's not an Arctic camo situation, but it's looking like it's going to end up at around $1.50, as I expected. I expected it to get around $1.50, much like what we saw before with the Blackout Roadsign gloves. And in the future, post-Christmas time, wouldn't be surprised if this sells for $3, maybe $4. So yeah, everything looks like it's suffering, except the Thompson skin, yeah. And I'm surprised, the storage room double door is still holding on very nicely. Double door skins, people like them, not that many on the market. Currently selling for $2.61. Very nice. So, I'm happy. I like it. I'm surprised. I thought people would be iffy with that. So when we see potentially the locker room double door being accepted, maybe that'll be a good investment as well. We shall see. Will it hold the price or will it suffer as time goes on over the course of the next few weeks? We shall see. So guys, CSGO, Rio Major, Wikipedia. We know all the teams that have made it. It's starting on October 31st, And if the stickers are good, people are going to be selling as much as they can to get money to throw at the stickers, the sticker capsules, and you name it. You've got to be prepared. You've got to understand what's going on. You've got to understand the problems with the Steam market. You've got to be worried about so many things. That is your next thing to worry about. So I'm here. I'll be discussing it. I'll be there to help you out if you really need to know things and whatnot. It's been 30 minutes. I did not mean for that to happen. But this is the next thing that you have to be aware of, that you have to be worried for. Chat, I'm done. Let's move on to the next thing.